What's going on, guys? Degen Dave here, and I am in Singapore, obviously. Hopefully you guys got a chance to tune into the session with me and Dylan yesterday. Gave you guys some bangers. We're going to talk about that. Zeus should be flying for you guys. 𝗏𝗏 still in his zone. But I got some new ones here for you guys. It's October. A lot of speculation. What's going to happen? Are we going to see a dump into the next couple days here, or are we going to continue the charge? We've got a lot to talk about in a little bit of time here. Let's get locked and loaded. And as always, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you guys like free content, make sure to follow us. There's a lot of information in the descriptions below. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Degen Dave. I am a technical analyst, and basically we do all kinds of charts, setups, swing trades, scalp trades, you name it. And yeah, just so many exciting things happening here right now. So just to save some time, let's get right into it. And so I've got one screen here. Usually I have two, so bear with me, guys. Hopefully we go into a nice little flow state here. And just to let you guys know, this is pre-recorded here. I've got a banter event to go to like right after this. I'm actually going to be running late, but I definitely wanted to bring you guys the alpha here, right? So as you guys can see here, banter bubbles, a lot of tokens pumping to the moon, right? You got Zcash on a tear right now, 50%. I know that they got some announcements going on currently. And so that could be a short. I know actually we were looking at a short kind of in the shorter time frames last week. And I actually tried to take a stab at that. Didn't really work out. But hey, maybe we can kind of average into a potential head short here moving into the next couple days. Nice to see SPX. And you know what? A lot of meme coins are taking off. And guys, I did give you Monero last week, and you guys should be well into profits at the moment. Looks like MYX is kind of having a little bit of a pullback now. 𝗏 doing quite well. I mean, just a lot of tokens are doing really, really well here for the day. And if we take a look at the hour, again, a lot of tokens are doing quite well here, right? So as far as the RSI heat maps, let's go ahead and refresh this and take a look. And yeah, things are getting kind of cooked. Looks like that Zcash is on the higher end there. So again, we can look at that. I actually have that chart as far as like a higher time frame, and we'll get into that here. So Aptos. Also kind of on the higher end. I am looking at Aptos because if you guys don't know this, the 𝗏𝗏 or World Liberty Financial token is actually partnered with Aptos, and there's a lot of stuff cooking currently with Aptos, but obviously it's on the higher end there, and looking for some kind of bullish pullback to get that entry here. And then didn't even notice Litecoin is on the higher end there. Maybe that's a short. So a lot of homework for me to do. Obviously, it's been crazy here in Singapore, just a lot of events, a lot of networking, and haven't really had a chance to dive into these charts. But I did spend a little bit of time going through some of these tokens that have higher time frame divergences, blue reversal dots. So let's get into that, right? So coming into the charts here, Dominance is pulling back right now. And personally, I would love to see Dominance kind of come down to this 57% region here. I think we're just starting the little pullback now, and obviously we're seeing what that's doing to the altcoins currently. But I'd love to see us lose the 50-day moving average. I'd like to see that retest. So some kind of pullback could happen here, so we need to be prepared for that. And obviously there's some entries to be had if that happens, but ultimately I would like to see us kind of come down here, and hey, maybe we'll get a 786 retracement before some kind of bounce. So let's kind of do some homework right now. Let's take a fib from the low to the high, and looks like that 618 is at 58%. And then if we come down to the 786 here, which makes a lot of sense, I like that. We've had some kind of taps in that region. 57.69, that would be pretty nice for dominance. For Bitcoin, guys, obviously we're at the highs right now. If you guys were listening to me last week, I was saying, hey, look, I expect some kind of pump into the conference or at the conference, just some kind of pump. And we got it, right? So, and you can see here, I've got anchored VWAPs draw from all different angles. and we are above it, right? So we're above it. We've broken through point of control. 114K was the liquidation level that we were looking for, and you guys can see here that we are blasted through that here. We've got the 618 retracement on the macro. So you guys can see here, I've got a fib pulled from the high to the low, and you've got that 618 here. And obviously we are slicing through it. So what that means for me is we're probably going to tap the 786. And so I'd actually like to see a little bit of continuation here. If we do get some kind of pullback, right, I'm looking for that 116. I've dropped an anchored VWAP from this recent low here, or the low here at 112. So I think if we get any kind of pullback, guys, I don't think it's a trap. I don't think we're going to come and get nuked here, right? I think it's just getting started, right? I think so many people were bearish, and I think the shorts are going to get wrecked. The shorts were, they printed quite nicely over the past couple weeks here, guys. And it's been a rough market, right? Obviously, we weren't really in a whole lot of shorts. We've been looking for these altcoins to bounce. We're looking for dominance to drop. And again, it's been kind of tough, but I think now the opportunity is here. So if we get some kind of bullish pullback here, I would like us to hold this anchored VWAP, and I would like to see us continue the charge, and maybe we'll see all-time highs, right? If you guys were paying attention to Michael Saylor, he's looking for all-time highs right now by the end of the year, right? So that could happen. He's aping it in more Bitcoin. Anything is possible here, guys. And so for me, I'd like to see us hit the 786, whether it is in the short term or we get that bullish pullback and hit the 786. So I think it's important. Let's all do it together here, guys. Let's set the alerts at the 786 here, about 120K, and let's call it the 786. All right. So that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. I just wanted to give you guys an update. So for those of you guys that were tuned in yesterday, I gave 2 trades. I gave Zeus and I gave 𝗏𝗏. Zeus is really starting to chug along here, right? And in the grand scheme of things, we still have a lot of ways to go here. And I think the brakes are probably going to get put on here at about 0.1477. We've got a downtrend. So if this downtrend is respected, right, I'm looking for something like this. You can also see a point of control on chart prime, right? And maybe we'll get that pullback. But for now, I'm loving the strength on Zeus. This is my current play here with Bybit, right? So I took that trade, and hey, maybe I actually caught that swing long. I gave the chart hackers the actual entry, a few hours before the show yesterday. So this one's cooking quite nicely. I've actually got the cross thing going, right? So thanks to Dylan, the Lord of Entry, he finally taught me how to use cross, and I'm freaking next level here, right? Super excited. But anyways, for Zeus on Bybit, the most you can do here is 10x on cross. So I've maxed that out, and I'm just letting this thing fly here. And obviously you guys can see I've got 𝗏𝗏 going here. I just started AVNT, that bearish short that I talked about yesterday. I'm in that short, and I've got some Ondo cooking here. So let me take you guys through those trades right now. So let's get into, so that's just a little bit of an update with Zeus, right? I think it's a good TP zone, but personally, hey, this could be the swing if we see some kind of alt run. Hey, maybe we get to value area high here at about 20 cents, which to me, that's a banger for sure, right? So if you guys are in the Zeus, hold it, right? So 𝗏𝗏, we are starting to break trend here. I actually gave this on the daily candle as well. But yeah, I'm sticking to my guns here, guys. Again, if you guys missed the show yesterday with Dylan, we have a 10-hour bullish divergence. We are starting to break trend here. So if you guys really take a magnifying glass here, I'm on the 30-minute time frame, you can see that we started to break trend. So this is great, right? I said I want to see us break through these anchor VWAPs. I want to see us break trend, right? So if we get a little bit more of a pump here at a TP1, which is at about 0.21, we could get that pullback, but I'm expecting this to be some kind of bullish pullback here, and I am looking for continuation here. So again, if you guys do some research here, these guys are networking like crazy. I think the government shutdown is a bullish thing here. I think there's a method to their madness here. Token 2049, these guys are networking like crazy. Again, they just partnered with Aptos. They're not messing around, right? So I know there was a lot of FUD in the beginning, but that's how it goes in crypto. There's FUD, there's blood on the streets, and then all of a sudden it starts to recover and it starts to pump here. So I am sticking to my guns here. As a matter of fact, I've got the Bitfunded challenge going here, and I'm in a lot of Wilfy longs, right? So that's kind of how it works here with Bitfunded. You can just gotta open up multiple positions here, but I'm cooking here, guys. I'm cooking here with the expert account, looking to pass this challenge here and show you guys that, hey, this is incredible, right? So, back to Wilfy. This is in play right now. If you guys missed the trade yesterday, you haven't missed out on too much here. I gave you guys the entry kind of like right here, and so it's just starting to cook a little bit here. But yeah, the opportunity is still here, in my opinion. Now, updates on Bera, guys. I think the short is still good. Higher time frame bearish divergences here. You guys saw my situation here on Bybit. We've got a bearish order block here, and I didn't really give TP levels yesterday, right? I was super tired. A lot of people in the comments were like, "Dude, I look like I'm freaking tired," and I was, right? It was a crazy day yesterday, but TP1 looks like 2.76 here. A little bit, 3 or 4% move. TP2 I would say is 2.63, and TP3 would be about 2.47. 5, and guys, you never know, the market could roll over and all of a sudden we go for lower levels here, right? So I'll update you guys as we go, but as of now, in the historical price action, we are holding above anchored VWAP. We keep bouncing off the 50-day moving average, and so as far as the short play goes, when we come down here, we could see another bounce and then another rise here, right? So that's kind of the idea here with Bera. Ondo, I really like Ondo. So you guys saw I started a position here with Ondo. Pretty excited about it. Real world assets. In fact, that's one of the things that Wilfy is doing, is they're kind of integrating real world assets into kind of their plan. And so with that being said, BlackRock, Ondo, real world assets, we have a 10-hour bullish divergence and a blue reversal dot, and it looks like it's just one bullish divergence, but if you guys take the magnifying glass here, there's actually 2 bullish divergences here. So you got this big one here and this small one here, right? So that's bullish for me. We got this blue reversal dot, and yes, RSIs are kind of on the high end there, but in my opinion, we're just getting started here, right? So from that low, we've only pumped about 78% here. And I'm looking for us to do some kind of 382 retracement on the macro, right? So I was kind of charting this here on some downtime today. So I've got a fib pulled from the high to the low, and you can see that the 382 takes us to about 120, right? So in the short term, I'm looking for 320, but if we can really get some traction going on here, that 618 retracement would be quite amazing, guys. And it is possible. Look what Zcash is doing. This is freaking nuts what Zcash is doing, guys. We're talking about a macro 382 on Zcash. We'll get back to Zcash. But anyways, Ondo, I like it. It's cooking. Let me kind of zoom in here and show you guys what else I'm seeing here with Ondo. So number one, we're breaking above the point of control. We're fighting the anchored VWAP here. And so I've got kind of just a starter position here, but if we get some pullbacks, right, we get some kind of bullish pullback with Bitcoin, I am looking to add to my position here, right? So you can kind of nibble away right now, add to your position here, and just look for continuation to the upside here, right? So I am in this trade, as you guys saw. Then the next one is Aptos. So what is going on with Aptos? Aptos is flying. It's finally getting some traction. And look, we're kind of breaking a trend right now, right? So there's a lot of stuff happening here, right? And I'm not in this trade, but I really want to get into it. And for me, I would really like to see, in the event of some kind of bullish pullback, I would like to see Aptos kind of come down here for the entry, right? So we have a point of control. So clearly we have broken above point of control, and I'd like to see that retest here, and then looking for continuation to the upside here, right? So again, that partnership with the World Liberty Financial Group, if I'm even saying that right, is a bullish thing here, right? So we're breaking trend currently and looking for a 786 retracement here. And if you guys look, this is a huge move, right? This is a huge move to be had. A pullback down here, we grab the entry. We're looking at a nice little 34% move to the upside here, right? So pretty incredible. The other ones I have eyes on. So I'm not in these trades yet. And again, just kind of scanning and looking, right? But the thing about Zeus, guys, if you didn't do any research on this here, they made a partnership with JUP. And that's their first real partnership, which gives Zeus credibility, in my opinion. And if you take a look at JUP, first of all, Solana ecosystem is just on fire, right? The whole ETF and just a lot of money coming into the space. And so with that being said, there is a use case here with JUP. And if you look at the 4-hour time frame, we have hidden bullish divergences here and this nice little pop. So in my opinion, JUP, value area low, nice little 10% move to the upside here. I am looking for a pullback to value area low. One thing that we can do here with JUP is drop an anchored VWAP from the absolute low here, right? So let's get that going here. Again, I haven't had a whole lot of time to prepare, but I wanted to get you guys some alpha here and some things I'm looking at, right? So look at that. We've dropped an anchored VWAP. Looks like our entry here would be more around along the lines of 45 cents. So let's set an alert right here, looking for that bullish pullback, and then looking for a big move to the upside here. So we have a 10% move in the cards, right? A 10% move to the 50-day moving average. This point of control, 13%, right? So this is a nice little play here. So again, not in this trade yet, but looking to get into it, with some kind of bullish pullback action here. Now, a couple other ones here. I don't know if they're going to go, but here's what I've noticed. A couple days ago, you guys saw Super freaking rocketed to the moon. I guess they're in Korea. It was like a 70% move. Gaming, if we're getting rotation into altcoins, if this is October, what are some gaming tokens that could run here, right? So I've always tracked it. I've had success. Some of, a couple times, not so much, but 𝗲𝗂 looks freaking great here. 𝗲𝗂 on the daily, we're in a bullish order block on the daily, but here's what I saw. We have a blue reversal dot and a bullish divergence, and we're chilling here, right? So this printed, we're chilling here, and yeah, on the shorter time frames, I'm looking to sneak into 𝗲𝗂 here. It looks like we're coming into an entry pretty soon. In fact, maybe we can nibble away at 𝗲𝗂 right now. So let's do this. Let's get a small position here going with 𝗲𝗂. Again, this is pre-recorded. Hopefully it doesn't move too much, from the show here. But let's make it happen, right? So I'm just going to nibble away here. Let's just do a $10,000 position. Let's market buy this thing. Order quantity exceeds the limit order here. Let's see. Let's try this again. 5,000. I'm gonna have to ask Dylan what the heck. Interesting. There it goes. There we go. Let's rock it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It looks like it's pumping right now. Anyways, hopefully you guys don't miss this trade. But look, we started a little $6,000 position here with 𝗲𝗂. In fact, I would like for it to be 10,000, 4,000. Okay. Right. So this is more of a swing trade for me here, guys. With gaming waking up here. Let's get back to the chart. So look at that nice little bounce off the anchored VWAP. So I'm zoomed in on the 30-minute time frame here. Look, I just started a position, $10,000 position, but if we start to go down here, I am going to double down on the position here. And again, higher time frames looks quite amazing here. And if we get a pump up to the value area low and reject, I mean, that's still a nice little 8% play here. But again, I'm looking for a bigger move towards these point of controls and these anchored VWAPs here. So ultimately, with 𝗲𝗂, looking for a nice swift 30% move to the upside. Another trade I took, AVNT. This looks good. Now, you guys saw me nail that AVNT trade. Made quite a bit of profits on there. I gave that trade to you guys as well on the show 2 weeks ago at $1, and here we are. We've completely round tripped down to 118. So if you guys saw, I had my entry at 133. I got stopped out on the flight over to Singapore. It is what it is. But you can see here that we are chilling on the point of control. We have a bullish divergence here. And we could very well reject at this trend line. But, at the trend line, guys, this is still a pretty massive move. So, from here to the trend line, again, bearish posture, looking for like a 20% move to the upside here. But if we actually break and we go, I mean, guys, 618 retracement, value area high, 74% move to the upside here. So, like I said, and I showed you guys here, we've got AVNT cooking here. It hasn't really taken off quite yet. I've got a $20,000 position. little bit of profits here, okay? Yeah, I think we're going to hold. I think if anything, price action is going to hold this point of control. You can also see that we've held beautifully on the macro 618 retracement. This is a full fib pull, right? So this wick low here at 18 cents to the absolute high. You can see that we came right and round tripped into the macro 618 here. So to me, let's go. We had success before. Let's do it again. The other couple ones that I'm looking at here, guys, and we'll get ready to wrap this up here, is usual. Now, I was kind of scanning through a lot of tokens here. I looked at their Twitter. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but on the 3-day, we have a blue reversal dot and a bullish divergence here, and we actually came a little bit lower, but we came into this value area low. You can see that we're kind of bottoming out here, and we got this nice, cute little green candle here. So I'm not in this trade. I think I want to do a little bit more research. I'm going to ask Reverend360, who's our research guy in the chart hackers, kind of what his thoughts are. But this looks like a potential swing trade if we are to see some kind of alt rally. And, kind of zooming in here, right? So zooming in onto usual, here's another interesting thing as well. On the 6-hour time frame, we've got spider webs going here. And with these divergences, price action is still kind of chilling here, right? So zooming in even more on the 15-minute time frame, what I've done is I've dropped an anchored VWAP from the absolute low, and currently we are above this anchored VWAP. So I'm tracking it. I'm watching it. I don't want to spread myself against, across the board with all these positions, but this one looks like a potential swing trade. So if I see us kind of hold this anchored VWAP, I'm looking for a big move to the upside here. And, I don't know how high we're going to go here, but, the shorts, if anybody's in a usual short, they've just been short and chill. And I'm looking for that catch you off guard green candle, right? And again, the 3-day printed that blue reversal dot here, right? So usual looks pretty good. Moving into Zcash, right? So I'm going to kind of end it here. Again, I'm kind of already running late to the banter party. But anyways, I'm going to bring this alpha to you guys. So look, I think Zcash, let's see how we go over the next couple of days here. It is extremely cooked on the RSI heat maps. And again, let's look at that. The RSI heat maps, Zcash is at the, at the higher end here. So, again, macro 382 retracement. What I've done is I've taken a fib from the absolute high here at $371 to the absolute low at $15. And yeah, look at the science, guys. Look at the science. We are wicking into the 382. So I'm curious to see if we are going to kind of stay under the 382. And I'll probably start building some kind of short here, right? Again, we tried the short idea down here, but one thing that we can do and this is what I do as far as tracking a short, let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Let's drop an anchored VWAP from the high here. And yeah, just kind of pay attention to it, right? So for me, if we start to, kind of stay under here, this is kind of confirmation for me that this is a nice short. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people trying a short currently. So we could do something like this, kind of double top, maybe some kind of wick, come back inside, right? There could be multiple scenarios here, but with the current situation in the altcoin market, if Zcash is on the higher end here, we see more tokens start to pump. I think Zcash is going to have some kind of little cool off period, and yeah, come down to earth for a bit here. So one thing that we could do too is we could take an anchored VWAP and drop it from kind of this impulse move here, right? So this impulse move was here at $63. Right, and it looks like it's coming in at about 110. So, let's drop a short a risk to reward tool here, and see how low that could go. Right, and it looks like on the 15-minute time frame we have some kind of order block here at 114, and this could be a nice little 20% play here. Right, so I think 𝗵𝗏 and Zcash, like these are kind of some shorts that we can kind of get prepared for in case the market rolls over. One of the shorts that I gave last night was that Hippo, and you know what, I was looking for that extra pop and then a dump, but this is one of the shorts that I think ran away from us here. But I think the short is still good. I think if Hippo and the altcoins run and there's some kind of extra pump here in the next couple of days and we come back into this territory, I still think this is a nice little short to be had here, and we can start tracking some kind of downtrend situation like that, right? So maybe we'll still see that, I don't know. But those are some shorts, right? So I gave you guys three shorts. again, bear is in play. Hippo, if we get some kind of extra pump here, and let's kind of identify Zcash. And then, this is kind of a nice little highlight here. If you guys remember, last week I gave you guys M, and this thing dumped actually perfectly to the target that I was looking for here at 159. Look at this scam pump here. Just ruthless token here, but I think the party's probably over with here with M, right? So again, tracking the anchor VOS from the highs, and maybe in the short term I see us coming down to like 170, right? So with that being said, guys, look, the market's ripping right now. And I'm excited, guys. You guys saw I'm mostly long, but I have that bearish short going, and I'm looking to start Zcash here and kind of just play the market up, play the market down, and just be calculated with it, right? So, yeah, and you guys saw too, Bitfunded challenge. If you guys are interested in Bitfunded, again, it's pretty amazing. Like $100, $50, $75, I think it is for the entry. You get access to an account where you can prove yourself. And once you pass, you get access to a live trading account where they'll pay you. It's an 80-20 split. You guys saw that I did the expert account, so it was $1,000 for the new challenge that they have. So typically, how it works with the Bitfunded challenge is you have two stages that you got to pass, but they actually just had a new feature here where you can just do one challenge. So instead of passing it once and then passing it twice and then getting a live account, you can just pass one. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually full sending that one account, and yeah, I'm like halfway done. Looking to pass that account and get access to a $100,000 trading account, guys. So if you guys are interested in the Bitfunded opportunity, the link is in the description below. And if you guys are not in the Chart Hackers, this is your first time taking a look at our channel. First and foremost, welcome. But yeah, we have a private community. It's like a gym membership, right? $100 a month. And yeah, if you guys don't see results, just like at the gym, cancel your membership, right? But if you can't make more than $100 a month being a part of the Chart Hackers, then hey, maybe trading is not for you, right? But we have a lot of people in our community making a lot of money, making monthly salaries in a couple days, and like just all these testimonials, guys. And if they can do it, you can do it. And anyways, I'm flying back to the States tomorrow, right? So I'm headed to this banter party. Looking forward to that, networking with everybody here. Again, this is a pre-record, so hopefully some of these setups are still in play for you guys. But yeah, flying back to the States, and we'll be back on schedule. And there will be no more pre-records, right? It'll be live. But yeah, guys, with that being said, appreciate you guys taking the time, and we will see you guys on the next trade. Cheers, and bye for now.